Hi everyone, my name's Jonna. I'm the owner of Blue Coach Travel, and today we're going to talk about some cruising tips for going to the Caribbean for the first time. Now, the Caribbean, you think of a cruise and you think of going to that warm, sunny beaches, and those are those Caribbean cruises. You have the option of going to the Western, Eastern, or Southern Caribbean, and different nights or different lengths of cruises. You could go anywhere from a 3-day cruise all the way to, well, they're mostly 7 or 8-day cruises, but they could go even longer than that. So we're going to talk about some of the tips if it is your first time, or even if it's not your first time. Maybe you've gone a few times, but some tips for going on those Caribbean cruises. First, you want to pick the right itinerary. Do you want to go on the Western, Eastern, or Southern Caribbean locations? Are you interested in adventure? Do you want to climb the Dunn's River Falls in Jamaica? Or do you want to have a relaxing day at the beach in Aruba? That's the first thing you want to consider is, are there certain islands that you want to go to, certain destinations that you're looking at, and maybe something that you want to explore. The second thing is make sure to pack smart. So of course you're in the Caribbean, it's going to be sunny. You're definitely going to need those swimsuits, the sunscreen, the hat, your sunglasses, but there's also other things that you might want to consider as well. So, you might want to be going on some excursions, and some of those excursions, you might need that swimsuit, but you also might need to layer something on top of it. I'll give an example. So one time in Belize, we went cave tubing, and we went on a bus, and then when we got to the location, we did do a little hike before we got to the area where we did the cave tubing. So for that, we definitely wanted to make sure that we had comfortable shoes. We wore tennis shoes, and then we had our swimsuit, but then we had something on top of that, just shorts and a t-shirt to walk through. It was walking through a jungle before we got to the area where the cave tubing was, where we started the cave tubing adventure. So, make sure that you're packed and ready for that. So some excursions, might require a little bit of walking, so you want to make sure that you have those comfortable tennis shoes. And cruise vacations are a little bit unique in that, you'll be doing several different things during the day. So you might start your day with that excursion, and then you come back to the ship and, possibly going to dinner in the evening. And definitely something to think about packing is a sweater or a light jacket, because even though it is very, very warm outside, it can be very, very cold inside. So there's definitely air conditioning, and you want to be prepared for that and have a light sweater or jacket or something to throw on when the air conditioning gets really cold. Talked about doing some of the activities off the ship, but there's definitely a lot of activities on the ship. So that is something that you want to be prepared for as well, is to really, really, dive into all of those different activities that are available to you. And the way that you're going to know what is out there is a daily planner. So those used to come in the form of paper, and they would be delivered to your room the night before, so that you'd have the opportunity to take a look at what you want to do for the next day, take your highlighter, highlight what you want to do. Now that's something you can still do, but there is also the option these days of getting into the cruise line apps and having that available in the app. And you can just heart what you'd like to do every day rather than do the highlighter. So Make sure that you know that those activities are going on, and there could be, all kinds of activities. There can be cooking demonstrations. We've gone to that. There can be, we've done wine pairings before. That was really, really fun. Different line dancing classes. Those are always fun too. Or actually, not just line dancing, but other dance classes. Those are fun. Trivia is always very, very popular and so much fun to do. And there's all kinds of different subjects for trivia. Karaoke, there's another thing that is really enjoyable. A lot of cruise ships have casinos. So if you like to, play those types of casino games, that's definitely out there and available. And then there's also the activity of, just hanging out on the Lido deck and enjoying some sun. I've already talked a little bit about, packing for those shore excursions or exploring the different destinations that you're going to go to. So that's definitely something that you want to be prepared for. That's even something you can do in advance. And I always, have fun looking at what is available, what's out there, what each island is known for, country is known for, and looking on the cruise websites and seeing the different excursions that are available. Yeah, I mentioned that we had done cave tubing in Belize. Some other excursions that we've done, we swam with dolphins in Cozumel, and which is a great excursion. We had seen it before. We'd seen people experiencing that excursion. It is so fun to do and such an interesting experience. The dolphins are just so fun. So we have done catamarans. Snorkeling is always a very, very popular. We have done the Dunn's River Falls in Jamaica. We have done some that are just exploring and taking tours. We've done that in Grand Cayman before, where we got on a bus and just went to different locations and got to see different parts of the island, which is really neat. It's really interesting. Sometimes part of the fun of the excursion is actually getting there, because you get to see the country, and you get to see, different areas besides just what is in the cruise port location. But always a fun thing is shopping. So make sure when you're packing, don't pack too much so you can save some room for those souvenirs. And one thing that is really important during your cruise is to make sure that you're going with the flow. Sometimes things do change. We had a cruise years ago where we were so looking forward to going to Grand Cayman. We'd been there before. We really liked it. That was part of our cruise itinerary. We were really looking forward to going. But unfortunately, Grand Cayman is a tender port, which means that you get off the big ship, you get on a little ship to go to the port, rather than the cruise ship docking right next to a port and just walking off and you're on land. We had some very rough waters, so we weren't able to, they weren't able to do the tenders, and we stopped in Playa del Carmen instead. And we'd never been there. So at first we were really, really disappointed because we were missing Grand Cayman, but we got off, and we ended up absolutely loving Playa del Carmen. In fact, we went back and did an all-inclusive there. We liked it so much. So just a reminder, stay flexible. You don't know what's going to happen, but a change that you think might be something that you really won't like might end up being something great. So that is just a good reminder to stay flexible and stay positive. So these are just some tips to help you out with that first Caribbean cruise that you might take in the future. And if you are looking to take a cruise, we would love to help you plan that. Down in the description box below is a link to schedule a complimentary consultation. Please take a couple minutes, schedule some time with us. We would love to talk to you, get to know you, and hopefully plan a vacation that you'll really enjoy. So thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.